All right, one thing I did want to mention is that this is the T valve that came with the Harbor Freight one, and see if I can show this. You see how that's moving? It's not very good. But I guess if you didn't already have one of these, you could bend this over a little bit more, and even probably solder it or braze it on there. If you do that, take off your O-ring down here so you don't burn it up. But I did notice that where it's kind of spinning. So okay, but since I have this one is a lot better anyways. Also keep in mind, these are brass fittings, and they are from Harbor Freight. So you don't want to over tighten any of this stuff. Whenever you do this, you want to make sure that you don't get any of that pipe dope, or if you're using Teflon tape, you want to make sure it doesn't get down in there, because it'll, I'm sure, not be good for it. Alright, so here goes nothing. I'm going to go, maybe 3/4 of an inch. Maybe an inch. There we go. See how flush that is? That's kind of what you want. Run this hose through there, through this. Just for a little bit of extra protection, I guess. So you're probably pretty much not going to see much anything else until I get this taken care of. So let me do that and I'll get right back with you. Got that all hooked up. I have that little grommet kind of thingy. Comes out here, and I'm gonna zip tie. That's a better shot. Anyways, I'm gonna zip tie this backing away. I might just run it down that. And then in order to get to this, I tilted this back so I could screw that on. That's what we got. So this will be our regular drain. This should just shoot straight out the bottom, and that's where it hooks in. So alright, let me I just have my compressor on this this rubber mat just to help with the vibration. That's just an old car mat. So, all right, watch yours. All right, we'll let this fill up, and I'll get right back with you. So So this is kind of important. We got just a little over 90 psi. You see that? So that's just a weak point. I'll take that off and redo that. But that does make me worry, so okay, get back with you. Okay, so here's where we stand. It popped again. I think it's just getting too hot up there, because whenever I pull this off, it's really pliable. So I want to see if I can find some stronger stuff at Lowe's, Home Depot, something like that. This can handle it, and it was definitely harder to put on. So all right. All right, so got a new tube. Got it from Midwest Hose Company, and I went all over the place. I went to Home Depot. They didn't have anything. I went to Lowe's. They didn't have anything. They suggest I go to Lock Supply, which is like a plumbing place. I went there. They didn't have anything. I went to Northern Tool because they sell air compressors also. They didn't have anything. So I wound up going down to Midwest Hose Company, and what this actually is brake line, air brake line, 1/4-inch air brake line. So that ought to work. So I got about 5 feet of that, and put that on. I got some new fittings. I'll wait till this dies and I'll show you. Okay, so we got all this together. I don't know how well you can see this. I'll turn my headlight off. That kind of goes to show you how hot this thing gets. It's pretty toasty. 220, and then that pipe coming off is probably pretty close to. But see the top of the compressor? Kind of gets cooler at the bottom. But that's just the reflection from that. Oops, I accidentally took a picture. But okay, let me put this up. Okay, so here's what we got. We got the line. This is the air brake line. It kind of goes down, around, and down up under here. Kneecap. And something's leaking. Might be this. I don't know. It's right here. I can feel it right here. But anyway, so I'll fix that. But basically what I have is, let's see, that goes from a 1/4-inch to 3/8, and then a 3/8 ball valve. So I can drain it out that way. And then, I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little bit of on the ground. You see where it's been kind of cycling. So it leaks out there whenever there's a pressure difference, and we'll see if we can get it to work here in a second. But I reconfigured this, whatever. So we got a 90-degree elbow, goes into 1/2-inch ball valve, then a 1/2-inch T to 1/2-inch pipe, It goes all the way down to a 1/4 inch, and that's where I can drain it out at the bottom here too. But so it goes, there's the T, goes back behind, up to here, and through here. One thing I was going to tell y'all, this is something that I do, and I've done it for years and I've never had an issue with it. But while the compressor is running, I take off the air filter and I squirt in WD-40. You don't want to squirt in so much that you cause a hydro lock, but I squirt in a bunch in there, so it goes down and into the tank, and hopefully gets kind of a mist of WD-40 down into the to that tank. But all right, let's see if we can get this to maybe purge a little bit. You see that little, that's pretty much all it does. Well, there it is. I need to fix that. The little ball valve down there, it's just leaking on the end, so that shouldn't be too hard to do. But everything else I'm kind of happy about. Y'all be sure to comment and rate, and you know, I guess this works. We'll see how it goes after Tom. But yeah, this hose was not strong enough at all. Let's see where it just busted out. And again, it's held for 145 psi, but it was blowing at 90. But I think it was just really hot. So maybe it's not such a good idea to do it this close, but to do it further out here. Because yeah, that's not even halfway cool. So anyways, yeah, that was my biggest issue, was that stinking hose. And then everything else is, you know, you can do on your own. But all right, I'll talk to y'all later. See ya.